Good morning, Commissioners. Good morning, Commissioners. This is the public hearing of September 23rd, 2014. Chair Srinivasan.
Here.
Commissioner Shamir Baran. Here. Commissioner Bland.
Here.
Commissioner Chapin. Commissioner Devonshire. Commissioner Goldblum.
Here.
Commissioner Gustafson.
Here.
Commissioner Moore.
Here.
Commissioner Washington.
All right, Commissioners, item number 1 is an application for a certificate of appropriateness at 39-38 47th Street in the Sunnyside Gardens Historic District, docket number 15-8355, block 149, lot 150. This is a brick row house with colonial revival style details designed by Clarence Stein, Henry Wright, and Frederick Ackerman, and built in 1925. And this is an application to alter the front porch, stoop, and sidewalk, and install a new door at the areaway. And this was originally, when it was originally calendared, it included the construction of a rear yard addition, which is no longer a part of the application. So the work that you'll be reviewing today is limited to the front facade.
Good morning, Carousel of Landmark staff. 3938 47th Street is located on the west side of the street, between 39th Avenue to the north and Skillman Avenue to the south. The commissioners will be reviewing the work at the front of the facade only today, and the work that's involved will be replacing the existing brick cladding at the front porch with a multi-panel wood paneling and multi-light windows, as well as replacing the existing stoop with a brick stoop and metal railings, installing a areaway door beneath the porch accessed by a side entrance. And the last part of the proposal will be to install Belgian block pavers to enlarge a tree pit in front of the property. And the owner is here to present the application.
Thank you, Karen.
Hi, my name is John Berry. I am the owner with my wife Denise, 3938 47th Street. Thank you, Commissioners, for hearing me today. As Kara said, we're located in the Sunnyside Garden Historic District. The houses were built between 1924 and 1928. Our house is located on block 149, pretty much in the middle in the center court. Our house was constructed in 1925. So the four things we're proposing to do is to reclad the vestibule, remove the brick that's there and replace it with wood paneling. We propose to enlarge the tree pit and replace it with Belgian block, and we're proposing to install an areaway door at the cellar level where the existing stairs are. So originally in Sunnyside Gardens, there were no vestibules, they were all porches, and they were later enclosed. So people did it at random times, so there's a good variety, but we believe most of them were wood when they were enclosed. So we're proposing, we still have the original copper roof, we're leaving that intact, we're not changing it, and we're keeping the dimensions the same as what they are. We're proposing to install a closet here and a bench to make the vestibule slightly more functional, and here's the Belgian block pavers. So the pavers are the approved system from the Parks Department and the DOT. So, and then here you can see the areaway door that we're proposing to install that would enter a storage closet. So this is the proposed elevation. Above is the current condition, and below is the proposed renovation. The door on the house is the original 1925 door that they had moved forward, so we're going to keep that in place and just restore it. So we're proposing to replace the windows with windows that are more characteristic of the time in the house, go to a wood paneling, and install a transom over the door. We're also replacing the windows with a 6/6, but that will be done at a staff level. This is the section through the house. Again, at the top you can see the existing condition. Currently, the areaway door is just a solid concrete wall. We're proposing to install a 2-panel door there that will access the vestibule. It has pretty minimal visibility because it's behind an existing concrete retaining wall, and that concrete retaining wall is original to the development. Kara had pointed out these are the existing photos of the front of the house. You can see the red brick really isn't the same color. We believe it was probably put in the 70s. And here we have tax photos. The second photo is our 1940s tax photo of our house. You can see that it was wood paneling at some point. We're not sure when it was replaced. And you can also see barely that there was a transom above the door. These are our neighbor's tax photos, so our neighbor to the right, and then to the right of them. And then this was one across the street, which is what we're kind of following. You can see they have a single window, transom door. None of these are still present, so they've all been replaced.
And this is going to be, it's going to be replaced with wood, and you're going to paint that white like the other? Okay.
These are some photos of existing vestibules on our street that show, the wood and the white painting. And then this is to address the Belgian block pavers. So currently there is no master plan in Sunnyside for how to address the tree pit. Originally it would have been grass, but at this point with the tree canopy it's very difficult to grow anything in the tree pits, especially with the cars coming and going. So there are a few streets within the historic district that have used the Belgian block paver, and that's what we're proposing. So currently this is our tree pit. The hatched area represents where we have concrete now. We propose to remove the concrete and then replace it with a sandset Belgian block. So sandset will allow the water to go through. We're not going to have concrete underneath. It should be pervious to water. And finally, we have a section of details through the vestibule to show the relief of the moldings around the inside. So the upper one is through the window, and down here is below the window.
Thank you. Are there any questions for the applicant? Any questions? All right, thank you. We'll take public testimony. Christabel Gove.
Morning. It's Christabel Goff with the Society for the Architecture of the City. What I'm about to say is slightly less necessary than I thought it was because the application has changed, but I'd like to say it anyway. Bearing in mind the unique character of the Sunnyside district, it is important to weigh proposals for domestic extensions and additions in a different way from what has become accepted practice in the older brownstone blocks of Brooklyn and Manhattan. The gardens are distinguished by their green and verdant front and rear yards, merging into the shared mid-block spaces designed by Marjorie Cotley and intended to create a sense of community and a home-like retreat from the surrounding pressures of the city, the busy and noisy concrete hardscape outside. Incremental incursions should not be allowed to compromise that garden design in a district that was originally created as a unified social housing experiment. Thank you.
Thank you.
Be a little careful with those pavers. More green, less hard surfaces. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, do you want to respond to any comment made? No.
Well, we're no longer proposing, sorry.
Okay.
We're no longer proposing any addition in the rear, so we removed that. We are going to do a little work on the rear, but no addition, just replace the windows, and that will be done at the staff level.
Okay, very good. All right, any comments or questions? It seems that it's very straightforward and very much in keeping with the character of the area. Okay, so we can close the hearing. All right, Michael, would you like to read the resolution?
Regarding 39-38 47th Street in Sunnyside Gardens Historic District, the application is to alter the front porch, stoop, and sidewalk and install a new door at the areaway and not do that. I recommend approval, finding that the proposed treatment of the enclosed porch will recall the wood paneling and multi-light windows and doors found in historic documentation of this porch and other porches in the district that were enclosed in the 30s and 40s. That the proposed brick stairs and landing will be in keeping with the historic material palette of the building and district. That the simple design of the proposed metal railing will not detract from the building's significant architectural features. That the proposed metal paneled storage door with the painted finish at the cellar level of the sunken area will be minimally visible from the street, will not remove significant historic material, will not detract from the significant architectural features of the building. That the sidewalk treatment within the district is varied, and therefore the proposed Belgian block paving at the tree pit will not call attention to itself, and that the work will not detract from the special character of the Sunnyside Garden Historic District.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right, this application's been approved.